I was
So
overwhelmed.
at that point, now you had to really think about, okay, school, now what happens?
Oh my God, yeah. School. They actually called me and said, now what are you going to do with school? I said, okay, this is what I wanted. I wanted to become a beauty queen with a purpose. I can put school on hold. I'll go back after a year, which is now actually. I have to go back because my year is done.
Okay, so you took a year off to
So I
stay
took the
here
year
and be
off
Miss
to stay
Uganda.
here, do everything for Miss Uganda. I knew I had to volunteer anyways, so if I got crowned, I had to be a volunteer. So I was ready for it.
Okay.
So I remember going back to school later on to Dubai, and I said, they were so happy, so happy for me. In fact, I went around the media in Dubai doing TV interviews and radio interviews, and it was such a warm feeling. I felt like I was so loved outside my own country than my own country, because I didn't get that attention, that much attention here, but I was so celebrated outside my country. Anyway, so I told them I'm going to take a year off and I'll be back in 2020, September.
To continue.
Yeah, to continue. So they were okay with it, and they gave me all the support that I needed throughout my journey.
Okay, and then you came back here and
Then I came
started
back here.
preparing for Miss World.
Yeah. Oof.
Okay, one of the things that we've heard a lot in the media in the past, that we've had appeals for funds, because that's always a tricky bit, because it's quite costly
Yes.
to send a beauty queen. And we've had people who even appeal government, like really as a government we should support our beauty queens. Was the experience different?
I didn't let that happen.
Okay.
Yeah, I had quite an experience, but not exactly that. But I just want to cut this story short. I finally went to Miss World. Yeah, I can give detail maybe later on, but how I went. But I finally went to Miss
You
World.
made it there.
I made it, though I was late.
Okay.
I was a day late, and I arrived when they had already auditioned for top model. And of course, I had this thing that I had the strength in modeling, sports, and and head-to-head challenge.
Yes.
So I felt so bad arriving late in London. I remember arriving with Miss World Mauritius, and I told her, "What are we gonna do? Because we missed out." She said, "Let's just wait for them to come back and then talk to them." So we talked to them, Miss World herself. By then, Vanessa and Miss
So
World
you
CEO.
appealed so that they could give you a chance.
Yeah, we pleaded. We say sorry, we came in late. Blah 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 blah. Said okay, we're gonna look into it.
Okay.
But after some time, I think they considered they looked into our social medias.
Okay.
Yeah. So because for me, I was lucky that I had worked at New York Fashion Week.
Oh.
Yeah. So they considered
When was that? The year before, or?
After I won Miss Uganda, I went to New York in September.
Okay.
Yeah, we were supposed to be there for Yunakozu, but we were late. Yeah, so I said to myself, you know what, I'm just gonna go for Fashion Week. I love modeling, I love fashion. So because of that, I think when they checked my profile, they saw that I had worked, and they say, okay, she's good. So when they announced the top 40, honestly, I didn't know that I had checked that. I knew later. I was there. In fact, Uganda was there. They say Uganda. I was like, how? So, my friend wasn't happy. Yeah, Mauritius, because we had pleaded together.
Because you had pleaded together,
Yeah.
but they only took
Took me, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. And then later on, they told us this is what we did. I was like, okay.
Okay.
Anyways, so I ended up in the top 40 in top model, Miss World. I was so happy because that was like the first challenge, and I was literally just getting into London, and now, oops, top 40 Uganda, yay! So we had to go into a real fashion show, real judges, intense, catwalk, show off, and
But you knew that was one of your strengths.
yeah,
so-
I knew that was one of my strengths. That's why I didn't want to miss out on it. So that day, out of 40, they had to choose 10. The girls were so beautiful. I'm tall. The girls were taller. They were taller, like really, really tall. So I say to myself, I'm just going to try my best, because I looked around and I looked chubby, because they were super thin.
Oh.
Super, super thin. I was like, I'm fat. But I'm just going to show up anyways. So lucky enough, after the fashion show, they announced the top 10, and still Uganda was among the top 10. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. I mean, from the start that I came late and pleaded, and now I'm here, top 10, it had never happened in Miss Uganda history.
Yeah.
So I became...
I think we started hearing about it back here then when you started doing really well, because we heard about the head-to-head challenge, but also...
Out of all the girls, because we were 120 girls, 120, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So being in the top 10 itself was a whole blessing for me. And I was like, even if I stop here, I made it. Top 10. So then we had to do a photo shoot, and then, see, they checked out our poses and stuff, and then they had to choose, you know, the top and then the runner-ups. And then overall, I managed to be the first runner-up, Miss World Top Model.
Okay.
Yay.
Yay. Yay. No, it's something to be proud of.
I'm very proud.
Yes. And one of the things I saw, because you...
Previously on Crystal One-on-One.
Money comes secondary, fulfillment is primary. Yeah? Yeah. Until you start a family and money is primary. I remember the first time I escaped from school, my dad looked at me and like, he looked at the sandals and was sure, yo, this guy did not come in a taxi.
Yes, and one of the things I saw, because you're mentioning that Miss Congeniality, when you took that title, you're surprised. But during lockdown, you started doing a series of like interviews, conversations. I mean, you really should.
Yeah.
People need to check out your Instagram. You had all these really amazing conversations with different personalities, other Miss Worlds from different countries.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Miss Malaysia, and I thought, oh my gosh, there it is. You see, you had all these relationships that you built in that time.
I met a lot of friends. You know, when we were at Miss World, we were so many. They grouped us into 4 different colors or groups. So I was in Team Blue, but we were having orange jackets, so we called ourselves Blorange.
Blorange?
Blorange, yeah. Because all the other girls had green shirts and green jackets, but for us, they couldn't find blue jackets for some reason. So we had blue inside, orange on the outside. So Blorange girls. So I made sure that I make friends with each Blorange. So we became friends, and of course on the other teams as well. So when lockdown happened, I had already planned so many projects, and I felt really bad because I couldn't go out to meet people.
Yeah.
So I said to myself, why don't I actually host my Miss World sisters, and we talk about what's happening in their countries, and maybe inspire and talk about some causes like mental health. You know, people might be interested to hear that. I started it as a joke. It was so successful that
I
even
know you had
Mr.
a
World,
series of conversations. I really enjoyed them.
even Mr. World just said, you know what, yeah, I'm doing it. Yeah, so we talked about, of course, COVID, how to deal with the situation. They could share different ideas on whatever the people are asking. So, yeah.
And I find it, we were chatting earlier when you were talking about, like, you know, you started having this conversation. You really need to check out her conversation with Miss Malaysia. That was really fun.
She's funny.
And then Mr. World. And then you said you found out that you could dance and you didn't even know that you could, because you said during Miss Uganda, you're like, I can't dance.
No.
No. What happened?
You know, lockdown has been forever. So we had to find ways of having fun and living. So at the end of my lockdown stations, I had to figure out what next. Oh, what next for fun also? I just wanted to have fun. So I saw some videos on TikTok. And I was like, what is TikTok? Let me just check it out. Now I have time to check out TikTok. I found these people dancing. I'm like, okay, let me try. So in my bedroom, I was like, okay, I'm my own cheerleader. I can do it. I started, you know, dancing on TikTok and doing some funny TikToks. My most viral TikTok video was when it was about Black Lives Matter, when I acted when I was like leaving Africa for America, but then realizing that, oh, in America there's a lot of racism going on.
Yeah.
I'd rather stay home.
Yeah.
So there's a way I acted that I'm actually proud of myself.
But I like that, you know, like you mentioned that you wanted to have fun, because for very many people, when they view Miss Uganda, it's always so serious. And of course, there's the way you have to carry yourself. But then it's always nice to remember that, you know, much as this person is Miss Uganda, they can also just be fun.
Yeah.
And you tapped into that interesting side of yourself. But also, I've noticed that you're very self-motivated. Even the projects that you worked on, you know, you go out of your way, especially at a time when there wasn't so much support because of what was happening in the world. You still tried to you know, at least to volunteer and get out there.
Yeah, I made sure that I carry on with the projects immediately after COVID. In fact, one was during COVID, because people could reach out to me and say, oh my God, we're starving. Can you please help us? Can you please do this? And I felt the guilt. I felt the need to reach out to these people. So that my first ever food charity was during Easter. So I went to Kalere, bought chickens, got rice and all, you know, basic needs. By then toilet paper was also a thing, so I made sure toilet paper was there. So I went still in Kalere, some slum there, and made sure I do that myself without, honestly I went with my cousin because we could just walk. We actually walked because we couldn't drive. So we had to walk there and do that. And then the next one was the Matoke drive that I recently did in Boise, because people reaching out, we're starving, we're hungry. And I then realized there is a lot of Matoke on the market. So I said, okay, let's just do a Matoke drive.
There's so much food, but it's getting the food
to
the people who need it.
I mean, people are not working, so they can't even earn a single shilling. So I say to myself, if I can afford to eat a meal of 10,000, let me just share with the people that can't. So there's a lot of Matoke, and it's not that expensive. So it's just a matter of buying them and getting to those people. Yeah.
Who actually needed it. Okay, so now that your time has come to an end, I mean, you kind of course, left school to do this year, kind of put your life on hold for this. How do you feel about, you know, your decision?
I feel like I'm losing out. Okay. I'm living my life. You know, I felt like there was a bit of pressure that the society was putting on me as a beauty queen. We expect you to dress a certain way. We expect you to look a certain way. We expect you to speak a certain way. We expect you to help each one of us. So there is those things that I had to deal with. And of course, body shaming. Oh my God, she's so tall. Oh my God, she's so thin. Oh my God. But
and so much of comparisons as well.
Of course, a lot of comparisons. Oh, I had to deal with those because people tend to have focused on like one person, and then it's hard to take that image out of their minds. But this is what pageantry is all about. There's a new girl every year, like it or not.
Yes.
There's a new girl who's coming after me. So it's all about knowing and understanding that Nakakande is going to reign for a year. I'm lucky that it's going to be probably a year and a half or two, but there's a girl even after me. So don't get too comfortable with me. And also, we behave differently.
Yeah.
We have different personalities. I am very outgoing. I speak out. I love wearing shorts. I love bikinis. Maybe she doesn't love bikinis. You have to love her, you know, the way she is. But this is something that people don't understand or didn't understand. But I say to myself, I'm just going to live my life the way I want it to be. And nobody's going to tell me that you don't dress up like that. I feel beautiful in this. I'm gonna wear it anyway. So I'm not impressing anybody at the moment.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, because it's unfortunate that every year with a new beauty queen, I think it's how human beings are built.
Yeah.
Everyone has an opinion,
Yeah.
and people sometimes are really not kind, and they forget that there's a person, you know, who is receiving all this information, receiving all this criticism, and it's not easy.
It's not. And I feel there is a lot of need for the previous queens to support this girl.
Yes.
Because, I mean, I'm new. I'm stepping in to something that is totally new. I don't know how to handle showbiz. So I needed a lot of support that, I'm going to say it, I didn't get it. I mean, I didn't get it. But for me, with the next girl, I'm going to support that girl 100% because I know she's getting into something that she didn't know of. It's, you know, publicity, into the limelight. You have to prepare her.
Yeah.
You can do it yourself.
No.
I did it myself, and it's been a tough journey. But I'm stronger now.
Okay. I think one of the things people, I'm saying, you know, people just attack sometimes that viral interview that happened. I don't understand some things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think probably even for you that those are the turning points where you're just like, listen, I'm just going to do me.
Yeah.
Do the best that I can with what I'm given and make the impact that I can. So now,
yeah, shockingly, it's excuse me, it's the females attacking females, fellow women. It's crazy. You talked about that. I'll still mention something about it. I didn't see it that coming, but it goes back to people not wanting, or they don't want to celebrate each other. If you get a gold medal today, it's up to me to say, oh, congratulations. Like, from the bottom of my heart, I'm so happy for you. But I think I overachieved at Miss World, that people didn't actually expect me to do that. And in fact, they just shut up.
oh,
Yeah, because let me tell you, Crystal, after being 4th runner-up in Top Model, they made me the cover girl of Miss World magazine. There were so many girls they would have
could have done that for
could have done that, but it was me. It's my face. I forgot to cover them, to carry the magazine. On top of that, I won my head-to-head challenge, and I didn't win it as Oliver Nakakande. I won it as Uganda. In fact, most of the people didn't know my name. They called me Uganda, like I call Malaysia, Malaysia, Kenya, Kenya. We are representing our countries. We're not there as ourselves.
Yeah.
So everything that we did, they were for the country. I went ahead. In sports, I was in the best 8 in my group. Best 8. It's not easy.
Yeah.
I went ahead and I talked about my head-to-head, won that. There's something else that I did, sports. I didn't do talent. But I overall managed to be top 40 out of 120 girls. We need to say congratulations. It's not something hard to say.
Yeah.
But I felt like women, we love to bring each other down instead of saying congratulations. And I feel like, I should say this, I feel like the term women empowerment lost meaning. Because we just use it as, you know, just for just hashtag women supporting each other, hashtag women empowerment. It's fake. It's fake. We need to mean it. If you're supporting a fellow woman, show that you support them. You know, don't just say it on social media. I think I'm gonna quit social media. It is so fake. Anyways.
Wow. Now that your reign is done, your year is done, your plan is to go back to school, to head back to Dubai?
Yeah.
And pick up from there where you left off.
Yeah, I actually already enrolled because I'm supposed to be back in Dubai next month.
Are you looking forward to it?
Very. I just can't wait for the airports to open up because, I mean, I have to get out, and I already enrolled, so they don't care where you're coming from. They just know that you're going to make it here because the country, UAE, is open now. So it's now just a matter of me getting there and enroll again and study.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do.
All right. Well, we wish you the very best
Thank
of
you.
luck. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks.
I'll just ask you to maybe share some words of wisdom. I mean, you have a little bit for girls who are looking at, taking on this title and how they can be the best versions of themselves and achieve the most that they probably can.
Yeah, I think I don't have much to say on that, but based on personal experiences, be yourself.
Okay.
There is nothing that beats that, because society labeled us like brown or light skin is beautiful, like slim here in Uganda is ugly. You have to have a bit of flesh on you to be beautiful. You have to look a certain way. If you don't, I mean, there is a lot that society put on us, and body shaming and all. But if you be yourself, believe in yourself. I heard that a lot. It was a very serious issue, because even after becoming Miss Uganda, I still felt like I didn't deserve, or I didn't belong, or I didn't do enough, because society was pushing me. And also I would advise somebody to, in case someone is coming into my shoes, try and not focus a lot on social media comments, because those things actually hurt.
Yeah.
We are human. They can hurt you very badly, because people are going to say, oh my God, you look so ugly. Oh my God, you have a big nose. Oh my God, your forehead is so big. It would have been this person, not you. And once you feed on those comments, they're going to affect you. But if you be yourself and stand on your values, stand your ground, you're going to make it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans to pursue modeling more? Or?
I would say no.
Okay.
I'm venturing into business now. In fact, I opened up my olive outlet. Yes.
Oh, do tell.
So I got this whole idea on TikTok.
Okay.
How funny is that? I was on TikTok, and all I could see people were everybody was using a ring light, to dance, to get more light on them. I was like, okay, how much are these ring lights? If I get them, once people buy, that is me now starting. So I got a few, and I put them on TikTok. In one day, sold out. I'm like, this is my business. I'm gonna shop things for people. And
okay, so you're like a bit of a personal shopper then.
I'm a bit of a personal shopper, but I'm going to open up a store very soon in Kampala.
Oh, nice.
Yay, okay. Black girl magic.
Yeah. Yay.
Yeah. So I'm into business, and I think that's why I'm studying marketing. I feel like I can market a lot and get clients. And of course, now that I have this name, yeah, I'm gonna use it for that.
Okay. Well, we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining me on the show.
Thanks for having me.